Hello, everybody. My name is Roger. Welcome to another episode of Cosplay Colorado. With me today, we have Omegashrine, otherwise known as Steven.
Yep.
Today, we're going to be talking about cosplay. How you doing today?
Doing well. And yourself?
I can't complain. It's been a gorgeous day so far.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Had a swim day at work today, and it was hot, but got the pool, so we're good.
Worth it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so we'll just dive straight into this. This is only episode 2, so It's going to be kind of relatively basic stuff here in the beginning.
Sounds good.
First things first, I had a couple of people ask me when I first started this thing, ask me what is cosplay, like actually. So the Webster's dictionary definition is the activity or practice of dressing up as a character from a work of fiction, such as a comic book, video game, or television show. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like that's barely just scratching the surface, because that's the literal definition of it, which it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's a whole lot more to cosplay. So my question for you is, what is cosplay to you, and what does it mean to you?
I think cosplay to me, it's similar to that definition. However, I kind of put my own personality in with it. To me, it's expressing myself. Getting a chance to take a character that I enjoy and then putting myself into that character's kind of shoes almost. So with my Predator, like, it gives me a chance to also kind of put my flair on Predator, kind of be able to act like Predator, kind of express who I am as a person, because I felt kind of very shy and kind of introverted as a kid. And even growing up now, I still feel that way, but cosplay allows me to vent that. I've become super outgoing, super engaged, super goofy, super silly. With all my costumes, really, just kind of for me, it's just an outlet for all that, like, suppressed creativity and extroversion.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and that's one of the things that I noticed, like, a lot with cosplayers, especially like if you go to Comic-Con, you see all these like these shy kids running around, but you can tell they're comfortable in their area. They're not going to talk to anybody, but they're super comfortable with what they're doing. Like, last year at Comic-Con, they changed it. It's not Comic-Con anymore. It's
Pop Culture Con.
Yeah, Denver Pop Culture Con.
I get used to it.
I saw this like small group of, like, they couldn't have been older than like maybe 15 years old, if that, maybe 14 years old. And they were all cosplaying as the Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
Now, I saw them individually as I was waiting in line, and they were so awkward. They were, like, not talking to anybody. They're just kind of hanging out. Yep. One of them saw the other. I think it was the one that was dressed like Klaus. Saw the other one that was dressed as Five. And they got next to each other. They started talking, but even then it was hardly
awkward.
Yeah, but eventually they ended up coming into this one big group, which you can tell they're all very comfortable again with each other, and they're all in full Umbrella Academy uniform. It was amazing. Like, it was spot on. And I think that's one of the things that, like, what cosplay means to me personally is it's not just dressing up. It's doing what you love and getting to express that with other people.
And you kind of build that community too, like you mentioned. Like, you meet new people. Like, I've met a couple new people through cosplay. Like, I met you, a couple other cosplayers I've run into. Like, I'm part of a little group that's coming up for DakuCon. Like, I would have never experienced that had I not got into cosplay, and I really appreciate that, because, like you said, it kind of helps you build those connections and get to introduce to new people to break out of that shell. Because if me out of costume in a line at a convention, I'm going to be just super silent, like taking oohs and ahs, little side pictures here and there, but I'm going to be very reserved, very quiet.
Yeah, and I got to experience that firsthand for the very first time this year. Like, I've been going to Comic-Con for 2 years now, I think 3 years actually. This is my third Comic-Con that just passed.
Nice.
And this is the first one that I actually get to go, like, as a customer, as a person that's actually, like, attending rather than a volunteer.
Gotcha.
And the first day that I was there, I was just there as a spectator. I was just there to see everything, enjoy everything, just kind of have fun with it.
Yeah.
But then the second day, I went in this full getup. I had this, it's like a trench coat from the TV show Sherlock.
Okay.
The one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yep.
That is probably the most comfortable jacket I've ever owned, honestly. But I had that. I had a black button up. I had my black jeans, black biker boots, and then I had this, like, full skin mask kind of thing. It was just eyes, no nose, no mouth or anything, and then a steampunk hat. I really wanted to bring my steampunk cane, but they wouldn't let it through security, so I had to leave that out.
Yeah.
But Yeah, just that, and I'm standing in line and I'm waiting for people. Just going through the doors in general, I had like a ton of little kids, which that's usually my setup for Halloween. Little kids hate it and they cry every time. But at Comic-Con or Pop Culture Con, they were in awe. Like, they loved every minute of it.
That's awesome.
And that was like my first actual experience behind that. That's what really helped me kind of get a deeper appreciation, because that's not a real character or anything. It's just something that I threw together because I thought it looked nice. And I see a lot of people that do that, and not everybody like classifies that as cosplay.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much what it is. You're creating something to dress up with it to bring to that large audience.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like, I think being able to create your own character is even harder sometimes than like creating like a cosplay, like a character. But being able to have that vision of a character that you want to be and bring that to life, that's huge.
Oh, definitely.
And then when you have that satisfaction of like kids coming up to you, people want to take pictures with you, it's like, oh yeah, I can do this. I can get into that.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely.
Now, if I had the skill or the talent that cosplayers have, I think I would totally get into that. But being that I literally bought the mask from Spirit Halloween and the rest was just clothes I already owned, I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
I mean, really, it's the thought that counts, and like getting into it. And truth be told, like getting into cosplay and getting into like making foam and all that other stuff is not as hard as some people make it out to be. And I was like, one day I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna build a Predator costume, and I just sat and did it. Watched a lot of YouTube videos, tutorials, making sure like blades are sharp and things like that. And once you get into it, like you get that good groove, and it's not that bad. Like you probably have the talent in there. You just got to sit and get to it.
Yep. That leads me to my next question. What types of cosplay are there? Because I know there's the more like the popular version where it's literally like the definition we talked about earlier. It's literally just getting up, creating a costume, being in character for a comic book like Marvel, DC, whatever you're into, video games, TV shows, animes, mangas, those types of things. But I looked up the most common types. The three that popped up were the gender bend cosplays, humanized cosplays, like people dressing up as Pokemon kind of thing, and then mashups. My favorite one, I saw this picture online. It was a stormtrooper that was painted up to look like Buzz Lightyear, and I don't think I've ever been happier.
That's awesome. Now that you say mashups, I know a couple. Like I've seen like a Pikachu Gundam. I've seen some like Gundamized kind of different cosplays or characters. So now that I'm thinking about it, like you got me thinking. Like there's a lot of different, I guess, genres of cosplay. And you asked me like, what is mine?
Yeah, like what do you see as like different types of cosplay, or like what do you like to get into?
Oh man, I don't know. Like I this is my 3.5 years of into cosplay, and I'm just kind of stuck to the OG characters.
Yeah.
But I want to try and branch out and kind of do my own.
Yeah.
I have some things that I'm coming down the pipe with, some planning on creating some original characters. What is it? I'm drawing a blank now on the name. Cyberpunk is getting kind of big right now, and so like I want to do like a OG Cyberpunk kind of character using a mask that I've made.
I mean, Keanu Reeves kind of just sent that.
Yeah, I know, right? So I'm trying to follow the trend with that and making it my own character with some heavy Japanese influences. So I'm attempting my own creation of a character, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely.
And then with my ninja Red Hood, kind of like a twist of my own character, trying to dip my toes in the water of the reinventing, I guess, different characters. But for the most part, I've stayed pretty traditional, just as a start, just because like I wasn't sure on pattern making, and I wanted to kind of follow what was already out there before I kind of got into making my own patterns, which is what I'm trying to do now for my current build Spawn.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I keep seeing the progress photos, dude. I cannot wait to see that.
Thank you. I've hit a little bit of a wall with it, just in terms of planning and getting some of the resources, but I'm super happy with it so far.
I think as soon as you get all of that sorted out, it's going to be like the craziest thing you've built so far.
I think so. I try to push myself every build. It's something new, a new technique. So this is definitely the muscle suit, and skinning is a technique I'm trying out this time.
I think I'm most excited for the mask and the cape.
Yes.
Like, those are going to be stellar.
Thank you. The cape, I'm like, I got to get it right. Get it right.
Yeah, like that's one of the things that it's going to be hard to get wrong, because if you've seen the Spawn movie or the cartoons or the comics, even the live action adaptation of Spawn.
They did a stellar job on that cape.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing, is that cape is so many things. Like, it's going to be so difficult to get. Even if you have it short, you can literally just say that it's dematerializing or something. Like, it's that awesome.
Yeah, so I want to go for like a more rugged, just dark and heavy look. It's like, hey,
there we go.
Have the big build for the muscle suit, and I want this cape to just be just ominous, like have this ominous presence to it, like just powerful.
You want people to know he's from hell.
Yeah, most definitely. And I've just actually at work had a little time with the kids. We were doing working on some D&D characters, and so it was a free draw where kids can draw the characters. And I was sitting there like drawing out a weapon for Spawn. I was like, all right, I gotta get a Spawn weapon. Do I want the axe or do I want that sword? So we're figuring out, doing some sketches, and we'll figure it out here in the next couple of days.
Yeah, and if you guys want to see Steven's progress on that, check out his Instagram at Omegashrine Cosplay, because it's stellar, honestly. Like, the reason why I wanted you as the first interview is because you have that progress photo in your Instagram, and that's one of the things that keeps me captivated with cosplayers, is just the fact that like you guys put so much time and effort into this. Like, it's insane. But that leads me into the next one. How long have you been doing this?
So it's about like 3.5 years. I guess Instagram time, it's been a good 3 years.
Yep.
But there was a good half year where I just didn't have an Instagram. I was just making Predator and taking photos and sharing it with kids at work. Like, hey, look what I'm making. But then my buddies, I think it was actually my first Comic-Con 2 years ago. Or no, last year. Not this one, but the last year, as I had my Predator costume. That was my big reveal as a cosplayer.
Yep.
And from then on, I was hooked. I was hooked. And it's been ever since. I've been getting into it.
And it doesn't even feel like it's been that long, huh?
No. And at that point, like Comic-Con last year I had the Predator costume made for already a year and a half or so. I just never really wore it out. I just wore it to NDK, and that was about it. So
yeah. And that's another thing that I feel a lot of people don't think about, is you get a lot of people that do cosplay like as a living. Like, there's a cosplayer local to Colorado. Her name's Ginny D.
Okay. I think I've seen her. I follow her, actually.
Yeah. She's amazing. Super talented cosplayer. I'm
most definitely
still hoping that I can get her on the channel. But besides that, the work that she does behind that, it's all full time. Like, cosplay is her job.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things is, people don't realize cosplayers make a living out of this a lot of the time, and the ones that are making a living out of this are literally planning cosplay for every single con throughout the year that they can possibly make it to. Hence that term con crunch, because you get so many cosplayers like, I've got another year until this con comes up, and then another con pops up 3 months after you announce that I've got another year, and you're just like, well, I want to finish it for that one. And I don't know how it's going to look, but let's do a test run.
Yep.
And I see that all the time. Like, whether it's your page, another cosplayer's page, there's always at least some sort of test, or like kind of like, let's just throw something together, see what we've got so far, and see how it looks.
Yep. I've been there for sure. Like with actually revealing Predator at Comic-Con last year, it was a con crunch for me because I wanted to repaint it. Because throughout the years I had worked on some different paint skills, and I felt like I could do a little bit better. Kind of more realistic approach, and so I think it was about a month actually that I gave myself to repaint it, and the pressure was on. I think the night before I was like scrambling to make a little dagger for it. I was like, oh my god, this is awful, but this is great at the same time. And then sure enough, finished it and got it done.
So Predator, right? Alien?
Yeah.
Predator, one of those.
Yeah.
that was your first cosplay, right?
Yep.
So then after that was Guyver.
Yep.
Dude, that one. I was actually showing that photo shoot to a couple of my classmates here, and they were looking at it, and they are also like a couple of people who had no idea what cosplay was, and I showed them the first shot of the helmet sitting in the wood chips with the sun flare behind it, and they were just like mind blown. They're like, wait, how did he make this? Like, that doesn't even look like he made that. Like, that looks like he just bought it online. And I showed them the full set and just blew their minds.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Dude, again, this is one of the things that I'm trying to get across with this channel is you can see a costume, you can like it all you want, but the true story is what happened to build that cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can admire artwork all you want, but it's the deepest appreciation is knowing how it got there.
Yeah, most definitely. And that Guyver, like, it holds a special place in my heart. Like, that was like the first anime I got into as a child. and I've loved it ever since. And then when I was getting into the cosplay, I was like, what am I going to do next? And it was like, Guyver. Guyver, that's what I'm doing. And then it's like, at the time, I didn't really know how to make my own patterns. And so I was like, oh, where can I find these patterns for it? And sure enough, I found